Murder? You can't be serious.
I'm deadly serious, Lily. What better place to stage a murder mystery than a Gothic castle deep in the woods?
But you need actors to do that. Props, costumes, and what about a script?
Minor details. Just think of the money we'll make. And we'll be attracting the right kind of people here.
You mean old people that complain all the time?
I mean sophisticated people, our sort of people.
It'll never work.
It most certainly will. The invitations have been sent, and the cream of local society are all coming this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Tell the others to meet me upstairs in 30 minutes. We're about to begin the realization of a dream.
Weird, isn't it? How one person's dream can be another person's nightmare. Like, yours truly has a dream, right? Which he really wants to come true. But it all depends on someone else wanting it too. The question is, will she go for it? Hey, Sophie, listen, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Ben, Sophie, we're waiting.
Better ask me later, unless you want your head chopped off.
And then, over is sumptuous dinner. Our guests will meet the main characters in the mystery.
And after dinner?
One of those characters will be found dead. Our guests will then follow the clues to determine which of the remaining characters is the killer.
Sounds interesting. How many actors are you hiring?
Here's your scripts, as written by Daddy. We'll also be directing and playing the leading role.
We have to be the actors. Baron, I don't think I'm very good at acting.
I'm even worse.
Nonsense. Acting's just telling lies, making people believe them. I do it all the time. Oh, I don't mean all the time. I mean some of the time, when necessary. Anyway, I've called our mystery The Case of the Deadly Necklace. I know it looks complicated, but once you've read it, it will all make perfect sense.
This makes no sense at all. I'm a wealthy tennis champion from the 1920s. What would I know about that?
I wouldn't worry too much. You murdered straight after dinner.
What?
And I'm supposed to be your personal physician. Look at all these lines.
At least I'm only playing the maid. No glamour, but no big speeches either.
Want to swap?
Hey, that's a great idea. You'd make a perfect personal physician. And Sam, you'd be perfect as a maid.
I think I'll stick to what I'm good at. See you tomorrow, guys.
Oh, hold on. I'll walk you to the gate. Why would anyone want to murder me? Actually, don't answer that.
You wanted to ask me something before? What was it?
Okay, this is it. Time to share the dream. All I have to do is get Sophie to see it in the same way I do.
Oh, Ben. 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 Ben?
Sorry?
You had a question for me?
Oh, yeah. Sophie, this might sound a bit out of left field, but have you ever thought about going to Australia?
Australia?
Yeah.
Not really. It's such a long way away and everything.
True, but Sam and I have done it. In reverse, of course. Hasn't hurt us. At least, I don't think it has.
I'm sure it hasn't. I don't know. To be honest, going anywhere isn't really on my agenda at the moment. Not until I finish school, anyway. But hey, it's a nice thought. See you tomorrow, Ben.
Cheers, Sophie. Okay, so she didn't say yes, but she didn't say no either. The dream's still alive.
I've asked an old friend to help me with rehearsals. He's also playing the part of the castle owner.
Aren't you the castle owner?
I have decided to play the detective, a role extremely well suited to my natural talents.
Right. And this friend of yours, is he good?
Good. He's brilliant. He's a legend of the local theater scene. Don't worry, Marcus. We couldn't be in safer hands. Helmut, my friend. Thank you so much for coming.
That Ben's in a terrible spot.
I completely agree. Now, are you ready to whip my young actors into shape?
As long as I get something to eat, preferably with meat.
Ha! Of course. And while it's being prepared, we have time for just one rehearsal before our guests arrive. But I know that with you directing us, we're in the safest hands possible.
I've been Ben's personal physician for some years now. It was thanks to my hypnotherapy sessions that he realised he should quit doubles and focus on his singles career.
Marcus and I have done jolly well, but it's time I struck out on my own.
Whoops! I really have to watch this necklace doesn't get in the soup.
Perhaps I can recommend some medication to
Stop,
help...
stop. Von Hasenburg. You've got an Australian playing a physician?
We do have doctors in Australia, you know.
Here you are, Mr. Zar. Baron, the food delivery for tonight still hasn't arrived. I hope they haven't forgotten.
This isn't part of the mystery, by the way. Sophie, this man's been delivering here for 20 years. He'll turn up.
This is excellent. What character are you playing, young lady?
Just the humble maid.
I'm not sure this is the best casting. You, Australian girl, can you carry plates without dropping them?
Usually.
Perfect. You can be the maid then.
Oh, okay.
And you, my dear, you can play Ben's physician.
Awesome. Whoever said dreams don't come true obviously never met this guy.
Excuse me, Mr. Sauer, but the Baron spent a lot of time planning every detail, so I don't think...
Thank you, Marcus, but Helmut's the expert here. Naturally, I defer to his judgment. Sam, as soon as we're finished here, report to the kitchen and keep a lookout for the delivery. Sophie, sit down beside Ben.
Mr. Zar, I'm sure Sam's a much better performer than I am.
Nonsense. I know star potential when I see it.
This guy is so on my wavelength.
Now, let us go through the play from the top. It begins, of course, with our host and castle owner, played with his usual panache by Mr. Sauer, leading in our guests.
I am absolutely delighted that you could join us, Mayor Mikula.
Wouldn't have missed it for the world. I love murder mysteries.
Now, please allow me to introduce to you my dear friends.
Good evening.
The guests will pick up a few details about our characters over dinner.
It's time I focused on my singles career. I'm sure Marcus will be fine on his own.